Video, we're going to take a look at generating pick tickets. Pick tickets are an intermediate step in between a sales order and a delivery in X3. It is an actual transaction. It's a stock movement. It basically is in a way to tell somebody out in your warehouse, give them a list of what you're going to pick, where it is located, and where you're going to move it to. And then you validate that, and then that basically moves the stock in X3, so you know where it was and now where it is, typically into a staging or picking location where it's ready for delivery. So you can generate picks in two ways. Number one is from a sales order itself. So if you have one sales order, you want to generate one pick for it, you can do so. And then there's a generate pick tickets function to where you can generate multiple pick tickets based on a bunch of criteria. So you can, if you have one customer that's got 10 sales orders that ship today, you can create one pick ticket for their entire set of orders. So let's look at the sales order approach first. So here I have a sales order and two items on the sales order. And if I want to create a pick, I select this preparation right here. Now I don't have to do a pick. I could go straight to the delivery. But that bypasses the whole step and the point of creating paperwork for somebody to go gather the items and then to move them from the warehouse to the staging area. So if I select preparation, select my transaction type, now I've got a pick. Basically took those two items, told me where they were, and I can choose a destination location. Now I can set this up as a default, and that would be based on the product site record itself. So if on the product site record I have a default picking destination set up as a location, then it will by default populate those. So in this case, you see it's telling me where my product is to begin with. This one here, the first item, it's not saying a location because I don't actually have stock of this. This particular customer we allow negative inventory. You can see the target location is blank here. Again, if I had that set up by default for this product site, it would populate. In our case, I'm going to select the location is D, I believe. So here, I'm going to select my site and pick D location. And if I say feed picking lines, that'll just populate the default on these lines. So now that target location is the same as this. So if I save my pick, now I've got a pick. I can print the pick ticket here and hand it to somebody in the warehouse, and they can come back and say, okay, I'm done. It's now here. Then I would make it deliverable. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to show you the automatic generation of the pick tickets next. So next we're going to show generation of pick tickets. This is a function and basically allows you to go in to a particular site and picking date until. This kind of will filter your sales orders into shipment date. You can choose only allocated quantities if you want. In this case, I'm going to uncheck that. If you allow negative stock, we can do that. There's other criteria you can use based on your product setup and what type of orders you want to process. You can use formulas. Your prep list can break on ship to customer. Typically, you would do this if you were automating this. Now for this customer, we actually do have this automated, and we're running every 15 minutes. You can run as a recurring tasks to generate these. Basically, they're called prep lists, but as within the prep list, you generate pick tickets themselves. So I'm going to say generate pick tickets, and the type of allocation, it doesn't matter. Detailed global is fine in this case. Break by order. So if I want to put breaks in there, order by order, I can, or by ship date. So then I'm going to say OK, and this will generate them. So here you can see, here's my log file. It generated these picking lists. Okay, so those are PLN numbers. And then actual pick tickets. Now the difference between the pick lists and tickets is a list is kind of more comprehensive. It can have multiple pick tickets on the list, depending on how you chose to run that last function. And then within the pick list, you can have pick tickets. So you can see there's more pick tickets. We basically have a pick ticket for each order. And then these pick lists are basically list by customer. So I'm going to exit out of this function here. And now if I go back into my pick tickets here, and in that last step, I can automatically, choose to print the pick tickets to a printer if I want. So here, you can see from the top down to, I think, this point, these are all the picks that were just generated, 144 through 153. So you can also see this preparation list number, plan 27, and then when I change customer, it goes to 28. And then on the same customer, it's all the same PLN number. And then it goes to 29. So each jumping customer goes to a different preparation list, if you will. So again, the preparation list is like a higher level. Typically, we don't even print these. Basically, grouping by customer, within it has multiple pick lists. So you can also see, if I go to some of these other picks, if I generate the pick directly from the sales order and don't run that function, there is no prep list. So most often prep lists are not used, depending on the customer situation. It's really just the picks. So I can go to my pick here. These are the two items that I had on my sales order. If I make it deliverable, this is a customization. They want to know how much prep time I put in. So I can make it deliverable. And that's the end of the process. The next step would be to create the delivery itself.